Namaste. In this video, we are looking into the meanings from 81 to 90. Let's start. Tejo vrisho dvitidaraha sarvashastra bhramvaraha pragraho nigraho pyagronaikashrungo gadagrajaha. Tejas. Tejas means the splendor, the brilliance, which we have already know that. Vrisha means to pour down basically. So here this Nama says that he is the one who pour down his brilliance, he pour down his splendor. So without his light there is no existence that happens in this entire universe. Dhyutidaraha. Dhyuti also means the splendor. Again, this the previous Nama spoke about the light without his existence, right? So which is not possible. So this light originates from what? Originates from him itself. So this Nama explains that the consciousness as a splendor. So without the consciousness, there is no existence of a human that is possible. So pure consciousness is a self-illuminating like a Brahman. Realization of that pure consciousness, that Brahman is called as a self-realization. Sarva Shastra Bhatambaraha. So remember, it's a Sarva Shastra. Shastra is a weapon, so not the Shastra. So Sarva Shastra, all the kind of a Shastra, which means he's the one who provided all the kind of a Shastra. Brihat means the possession. And the excellent, Vara means the excellent. So this Nama says that he is the most excellent among all, among those who carry any kind of a weapons. This means he has the bestest weapons basically. I'm really sorry for the background noise. Pragraha, that means accepting. He accepts the offerings that is made by his devotees. Nigraha, the restraining. He restrains his devotees by not allowing them to go against the dharma. So he wants even his devotees to follow the dharma. Vyagraha, which means eagerly occupied. He is happily occupied in fulfilling the desires of his devotees. Naika Shringa. Shringa means the horn of an animal. Naika means the many. He is the one who has many horns. Here horns refers to the four Purusharthas, which is a Dharma, Artha, Kama and the Moksha. So please remember, Shringa here refers to the horns, which is a Purushartha basically. And also it can say for the human conscious, the fourth state, the active state, dream state, deep sleep and the Turiya. Gadagrajaha. So here Gadagraja, elder brother of Krishna is called as a Gada. So Agraja means a brother. So he is called as a Gadagrajaha. Chaturmurtish, Chaturbahush, Chaturvyuhash, Chaturgadihi, Chaturatma, Chaturbhava, Chaturveda, Videkapate, 82. So Chaturmurtihi. Chatur means the four. So this entire Nama has a word called Chatur. Chatur refer for the standing for the number 4. So he is the one who has the 4 forms. Which are those 4 forms? We have already learnt about these forms when I explained you the Hiranyagarbha. So there are the Abhyakta, Ishvara, Hiranyagarbha, and we have a Virat. So these are the 4 forms. So these are the 4 state of individual consciousness. So he is in this form. The first one is Avyakta, which is an unmanifested stage and which is beyond the 3 normal stages. The second one is a Ishvara. So Ishvara, this is a state that is a cause of the universe and is associated with the illusion, that is a Maya. The third one is a Hiranyagarbha, which binds the universe together like a thread, that is a Hiranyagarbha. The final one is a Virat, which is a transfiguration of a divine. So happens that is visible to our eyes. So Virat is also called as a Vaishwanara. Chaturbahu. Chaturbahu means 4 arms. Their 4 arms represents the Antakarana, Mana, Buddhi, Chitta and the Aham. So these are the 4 components. The previous one, 4 forms, that is Avyakta, Ishvara, Hiranyagarbha, Virat. Please do remember this one. Chaturvyuha. Vyuha is a manifestation. So here the 4 manifestation are the Vasudeva, Samskarana, Pradyumna and Aniruddha. Vasudeva refers to Krishna, Samskarana refers to the son of the Krishna, Pradyumna refers to the grandson of Krishna, Aniruddha is the son of Pradyumna. So this talk about the lineage of Krishna Bhagavan, one of the way, and the one more is the subtly it represents the Paramatma, Jivatma, Mana and the Aham. So these are the 4 components basically. Chaturgatihi. Gati means the ultimate destination. So that is called as a Chaturgati. So Here it says that he is the ultimate resort, ultimate abode of the four Varna. So which are those four Varna? Four Varna are the Brahmana, Kshatriya, Vaishya and the Shudra. These are the four Varna. So Veda classify the people into four Varna based on their knowledge and the capabilities. Varnashrama, which is called as a Varnashrama. So Varnashrama has a 4 stages basically. So it can also be told as a youth, householder and the retirement and the renunciation. That is another part. But here we can go with the, which is actually called as a Brahmacharya, Grihastha, Vanaprastha and the Sannyasa. But here it talks about the four the communities, four groups: the Brahmana, Kshatriya, Vaishya and the Shudra. Chaturatma means Atma is the soul. Chatur is the number 4. I already told you. The one who has the 4 shapes or the 4 soul or the 4 faces, that way also we can tell. Again it comes with the Antakarana. So which is the Chitta, Buddhi, Mana and the Ahankara. Chatur Bhava is a kind of a condition. So with the condition of mental conditions of the human life. So that goes with the 4 state, the deep sleep, the awakened state, the dream state, deep sleep and the Turiya. There is also one more thing which is called as a Purushartha, Dharma, Artha, Kama and Moksha. Even these can be considered as a Chaturbhava. So in all these 4 stages he will exist basically. So Dharma lays a very strong foundation for a very meaningful life. Artha, which says that the knowledge basically he has to earn not only for himself but also for everyone in the family, that is for the Artha. And the Kama, which is a materialistic desires basically. Finally he seeks a moksha in the transmigration stage. So he is there in all the 4 stages. Chatur Vedavit. So Veda, it indicates the 4 Veda. Ekapath. Eka means the one, means happening at once. So this Nama speaks about his omnipresence. So all things happens at once. So even though he is there, this says that he is present everywhere. So everything happens at the same time in all the places. So for the entire universe he appears as a one. 83. Samavarto nivrittatma dujayo durdikramaha dullabho durkamo durgo duravaso durariha. Samavarta. So turning back or return back. So entire universe revolves around him. And he has a base. Anivrittatma. And he is always same. Nivritta is the indifference. Anivritta means there is no difference. So he is omnipresent. He is in all the action at the same time. He does not get involved in any of the action. He will be witnessing everything. So that is to uphold and protect the Dharma. Durajaya, the one very difficult to conquer. He cannot be conquered through the valor, but he can be conquered with the utmost true devotion. Duratikramaha, his orders can never be disobeyed. So then you cannot even think about violating or surpassing his orders and commands. Fearing him, I also told that fearing him, the fire gives the heat, the sun gives the light, the sun shines, the Indra, Vayu, Yama, Kubera, everyone, they do perform their duty properly because of the vrat that they have seen in the Vishnu. They don't want to see that extreme anger of a Vishnu. Durlabha is very difficult to attain. Without any true devotion, you can never think about getting a liberation. Thinking about the Bhagavan Vishnu. The pure love is the one which will take devotees very closer to Bhagavan Vishnu. Durgamaha, again it confirms the previous Nama. So which says that the access of that path will become very difficult, inaccessible, not attained so easily, but can be attained with the true devotion, which is very important to understand. So without a spiritual knowledge, one cannot begin his journey towards him. So undoubtedly, without guidance from a guru, we can not even touch the path of a spiritual enlightenment. Durgaha, which means Durga refers to the difficulty, the passage, the path that we have to reach Bhagavan Vishnu is very difficult. As it is telling in the previous one, Duratikrama, Durlabha, Durgama, Durga. Duravasa. So this Nama also continues to dwell into the deliberations of the previous 2 Namas basically. This Nama says that it is difficult to hold him in one's mind. So one mind should be very calm, comfortable, very pure, and it should be abode of Bhagavan Vishnu. Only then we can always think about him, we can contemplate on him. So a lot of importance is being attached to the purifying the mind here. So is embodiment of a purity. The mind, and when the mind is afflicted, distracted, he cannot be manifested there. Durariha, Dura Adiha means that killing the enemies basically. The enemy here is our antakarana. So the disturbed mind, the ego, the desires, attachment, all these considered as enemies which will not allow us to reach the path of spirituality. So he is the one who kills that one when the devotee shows the true devotion. So with this, the seventh nama beginning from the dur, which means the difficulty. So we have ended with this one. We'll go with 84. Shubhanga Loka Saranga Sutam Tustam Tuvardhana Inda Karma Maha Karma Kritakarma Kritagama. Shubhanga. Shubhanga, which means that the very beautiful anga is a limb. So he is the one who has whose body is made up of a very auspicious limbs, and it's very auspicious. Meditating on this auspicious form brings the purity to our mind. So that is the meaning of this one here. So Bhishma, after explaining the difficulties of traversing the path of a self-realization, now he describes the auspicious form of a Bhagavan Vishnu for the aspirant, so that it will become easy for the devotee to meditate on Bhagavan Vishnu. Lokasaranga. So he is the essence of the universe. This the essence of the universe is a Pranavakshara, the Om letter basically. He is in the form of a Pranavakshara. Lokasaranga Sutantu. Sutantu means the entire creation here is called as a Sutantu, which means that offspring. So we are is a baby. So the of a Bhagavan Vishnu. Tantu Vardhanaha, which means that Vardhana means to increase basically. So this nama says that the Lord of the universe, he ensures, he creates, he nurtures his devotees continuously. He increases and promotes the quality of the devotees, of his devotees. Indra Karma. Indra Karma means performing the Indra's action. Indra is chief of all the god and goddesses. So in Veda, more importance is being given to Indra. He performs the action of Indra. Who performs? The Brahman performs the action of Indra. Brahman is a supreme, Indra as a chief of the different forces that functions under him basically. Mahakarma. So Maha always refers to the great. Karma is the actions basically. So he created all the great beings, the living beings here. He rules the entire universe by the law of karma. So this is referred as a Mahakarma. Krita Karma. So Krita means the one who has done his duty. So he is doing his duty as a creator. Apart from many other duties, creation is the very utmost important duty of a Brahman. Kritagamaha. So Agama means the sacred works basically. So Kritagama means as a single word, this says that it is the Bhagavan Vishnu, the Narayana, who has declared the Vedas to the entire world through the Rishis. Agama referred to the Vedas and the sacred word. So he is the one who has brought this to the entire world through the different rishis and the muni. 85. Udbhava Sundara Sundaratana Sulochana Arko Vajasana Shrungi Jayanta Sarva Vijjayi. Udbhava, the one which is the origin. He is the one who has origin by himself. So there is no one created Bhagavan Vishnu, which says that is power of a Maya basically. Sundara, the epitome of a beauty. So he's a very handsome, very beautiful, or it can also be the extension of a previous nama. Here it says that his creation is a beautiful. Udbhava is a creation. So his creation is a beautiful. He is beautiful and handsome. Sundo, he is the one who has a very compassionate heart, very tender heart. So it is a very so all that has a moisture, right, is always soft, and all that is dry is a hard basically. So this Bhagavan Vishnu is a very compassionate, he is very soft, tender nature basically. So this nama says how tender is heart basically. So that's why he showed mercy on his devotees. Ratnanabaha. Ratna means a gem. Nabha is a navel. So he has a navel appearing like a gem. So this is a point from which the Brahma, the god of creation, was created by him. So this also refers to the different chakras also, which we have covered. Sulochana, Lochana is the eye. Sulochana is a beautiful eye, is a very beautiful eye which is covered with the compassion and the knowledge. Arka means a flash of a light. This nama can be taken as a continuation of a previous one. So since he has a very beautiful eyes that illuminates the entire universe, so that's why it's a Arka. Vajasanaha, that means the strength or the energy. One get the energy due to the consumption of a food, right? So Sana here means offering. So as a sustainer of the universe, offering food to his creation in order to sustain them. So he is he is providing that vegetation to everyone. So that is why he is called as a Vajasanaha. Shringi is kind of a fish, so which also talks about the incarnation of a Matsyavatara, the Bhagavan Vishnu's one more form. And also there is it refers to the gold used to make ornaments basically. So a reference to the gold might be a little bit different here. Pure gold, I can take it as a Paramatma. So, and the ornaments of his creation are the Jivatma. So here that's how he is called as a Shrungi. So only from the gold ornaments are made. Similarly, only from him the other beings, the gold ornaments, it's a more has a more value and the importance. So similarly, just a comparative example that I can give. So because of him, only from him, so other beings are created. The pure gold does not have any kind of a blemishes, and where the gold used for the ornaments has mixed with some other impurities. So that impurities can be considered as a Maya, and the outcome, the result will be considered as a Jivatma. So pure gold can be obtained when you remove that impurities, which is to remove the Maya. So which has a little bit of a subtle explanation here basically. So Jayanta, Jaya means victorious. So he's always victorious. The source of everything exists in this universe is because of him. So he is victorious. Sarva Vijjayi, so he's always, he knows everything. He's always victorious is one of the meaning. The other meaning is he knows everything. He is omniscient. That is a Sarva Vijjayi. 86 Suvarna Bindu Rakshobhya Sarva Vagishwareshwaraha Maharado Mahagarto Mahabhuto Mahanidhihi. Suvarna means the golden. Suvarna Bindu Rakshobhya. So here, there are multiple meanings here. So the one is he has the golden limbs. So that is one of the meaning. Bindu here is the point of origin of the universe, and at the time of annihilation, it is the point into which the entire universe is getting dissolved. So this Nama says that he is the form of that color, golden color, the Suvarna color Bindu. So where everything originates and everything will dissolve. That is one of the meaning. The other meaning is Bindu refers to the Agnya Chakra. So where one can enter into the state of the bliss when the Bindu is the Agnya Chakra is activated. So Bindu is a point of origin of the universe and Bindu is a point of a Agnya Chakra. So there are the two meanings here basically. So Akshobhyaha. Akshobhya means something self-obsessed or upset or staying calm, something we can take it like this. So how can we give an explanation? He is not upset, he is staying very calm because he doesn't have any kind of attachments or a desire. He does not have any attachments, no emotion, no relation. He does not have likes and dislike, no sensory organs. The mind is always responsible for these kind of realities. So he is beyond all these things. Sarva Vagishwareshwaraha, Vak means the speech. So here it can be considered as a language. So he is a master of all the language, the Ishvara. So language also means the knowledge here. So which originates from the sound. The root of the knowledge is sound, as without a sound nothing can be understood properly. The best way to acquire the knowledge is through listening. Maharada, the sacred river Gange is called as a Maharada. So Hrada also means the lake or a huge water body. The water body that is referred here as the bliss basically. So if one immerses in a beautiful, the huge water body, he is unwilling to come to the shore, unwilling to come to the material world, back to the material world. They want to stay there. The clean and the transparent mind is also called as a lake. The water in the lake doesn't have the waves. So that indicates the peace, the tranquility of the mind. Mahagarta, Garta means the pit. The pit is very dangerous. So when one does not realize the presence of the pit, so he falls in that pit basically. So pit is like a something deceptive, and its true form is not visible to the biological eyes. So that is something is hidden. So Bhagavan Vishnu is something like that we have to understand. So to catch a wild elephant, they used to be dug the pit and covered with the leaves, right? So an elephant unaware, and he will walk and he will fall into the pit, and this is the Maya, this is the illusion. So the entire universe is nothing but his reflection, but due to the effect of Maya, the material world will seem to us to be very real, very realistic. So this deception is caused by Maya, which is also his power. So the entire world of Maya is like a playground for Bhagavan Vishnu. The power of Maya is very difficult to transcend, and if one transcends, then he will reach that ultimate position, the self-realization. Mahabhuta here refers to the five elements: Akasha, Bhumi, Vayu, Agni, Jala, and Gali. And I think five: ether, air, space, air, fire, earth, and the water, all the five. So this is a Panchabhuta, which is called as a Mahabhuta. Mahanidhi, Nidhi means a treasure. He is the storer of the treasure. He is a Panchabhuta. He is a treasure. He is everything, because creation happens from him, annihilation happens from him. Everything integrates into him. 87. Kumuda Kundara Kunda Parjanya Pavano Nilaha Amritam Shudamritavu Sarpagnya Sarvato Mukaha. Kumuda means the excitement, the joy, the source of happiness. He is the source of the happiness for this entire universe. So when you think about him, he gets into the state of that bliss. So just a mere thinking can cause this excitement. Then imagine the meditation, what the meditation would cause to us. Meditating or contemplating about him, on him, would cause to us. Kundaraha. So during Varaha, the avatar, he pierced the earth. So this is explained in a different scriptures also. You are the one who are very sportively assumed in the form of a boar, the Varaha form, rising from the ocean, holding the earth on your tusk, as if you are as if it was a root of a tiny grass. You're just lifting, you're just pulling it up so easily, the earth. So that is how the explanation is given for the Varaha Avatara. Kunda means a jasmine flower. Jasmine flower is very well known for the fragrance, but also for the spotless white thing. So during his incarnation in a Parashurama, he gifted the earth to sage Kashyapa, so which says that he is called as a Kunda basically. Parjanya is a cloud which showers the comfort to the sad people. So Parjanya means the rain bearing the clouds. So just like the rain bearing the cloud, he'll shower that comfort to the sad people basically. So that is the meaning for this. Pavanaha, so he is the one who makes a pure just by mere thought. So Pavana basically means a purity. So he is the embodiment of a purity. When one thinks about him, the mind will naturally get very pure and clean and calm. So there are two kind of our thoughts. So one is a normal thought that is very much essential to make the living. The other one is very strong and that can leave the impressions in your mind, which can lead to the desires, attachment, anger, lust, greedy, and all these kind of a thing. So when these kind of thoughts sprout that are capable of a manifesting to gigantic thing, so our thought process should be very much cautiously we should plan. So therefore thought processes themselves are not bad. So but how far one is associated with the thought process is a very important for the spiritual journey. Anila means a wind. So after referring to the water in the previous verse, Kundara, so he referred to the water. Now he is referring to the Anila, which is air. So one of the principle of a Panchabhuta, which is the omnipresence. Amritashana, Amrita here referred to the nectar, the immortal. He is immortal. He doesn't need any kind of a food, anything. So during a meditation, he causes that kind of nectar from the Sahasranaama, which is a different explanation. When you talk about the Kundalini, you can just understand that one. Amritavapuhu is immortal. Again, the confirmation of a previous nama which says that he cannot be destroyed. So that is the meaning for Amritavapuhu. Sarvajnaha, the one who knows everything, he is omniscient. Sarvatomuka, Mukha is a face, Sarva is a all, he has an infinite face. Again says that he is omnipresent. Previous one omniscient, now omnipresent. 88 Sulabha Suvrita Siddha Shatrujit Chatutapana Negro Dumbaru Ashwatta Chanur Andra Nishkudanaha. Sulabha, the one who can be attained very easily. Wow, when you contemplate on him with the pure knowledge, with the calm mind, with the peace of a mind. So here comes the necessity of the spiritual knowledge. Spiritual knowledge leads the devotee to him directly. A person with the worldly knowledge goes around from place to place seeking for him, from various temples to temple they keep visiting. But the spiritually ignorant person, this person tries to wash his sin by taking a dip in a holy water and coming out, but failing to understand what exactly is the Brahman, how he is carrying out our function. So we never think about this one. But because why? In the Sahasranaama from the beginning it's been telling that he is omniscient, he is omnipresent, he is omnipresent, he is there everywhere in every tiny thing. But still we are failing to realize him, failing to understand him. We are still running from place to place, doing from nothing to understand him. So this person has to be born repeatedly. So if we are doing this, we have to born repeatedly till we understand the omnipresent, this omnipotent, omniscient nature of Bhagavan Vishnu. He is not somewhere outside the body, he is within our body. A few minutes of a proper meditation, contemplating on him leads to the liberation, leads to the moksha. Suvrata means the one who is very meticulously observes the virtues and the vows. So he has the three vows basically. The one is a creation, the one is a sustenance, and one is a annihilation. The first, everything he carries out according to the law of a karma. The thing is, liberation has a two condition. The one comes with a karmic condition. So if I have a good karma, we get the liberation. And one is to mentally surrender to him. So which is very important. And every of these functions carries with the law of karma. Siddha, he is a perfection personified. He is a perfect. So there is no perfection beyond him. So that is Bhagavan Vishnu. At the end of this Sahasranaama we are nearing, right? The explanatory notes wherever possible are given more towards the self-realization. So without compromising on the purpose of the Nama. So try to understand exactly what is the self-realization that they are trying to talk about about Bhagavan Vishnu in this Vishnu Sahasranaama. Shatrujit. So he is the one who win over the enemy. Enemy can be two, external and the internal. Internal is our ego, the desire, attachment, all those things. So which can be done only with the purity of a mind, especially when it comes to the internal. Normal thoughts has to be eliminated at any time. We have to thoughtfully process and construct our thoughts in a right way so that we'll contemplate, we'll meditate on Bhagavan Vishnu. So that's how you can surrender, you can go to the path of a self-realization. That is when he will understand and he will help the devotee to remove the enemies that is being hindrance in the path of a spiritual journey, which is quite difficult to understand here. I understand. Shatrutapanaha, again it's extension of a previous nama. The previous nama said that he conquer his enemies. So this nama says he burns his enemies to the ashes after conquering them. Very important to burn the desire, to burn the ego, to burn the disturbance of the mind. So this stage is the ultimate stage of a self-realization. Self-realization cannot happen easily. It can happen only through the mind, not through any other manner. Nyagrodho, Negradaha. Negradaha means the growing downwards, like aerial shoots of a banyan tree. So this nama describes him as the topmost, and his devotees are compared to the aerial roots of a banyan tree, which originate from the parent tree and reaching the ground, form a separate trunk without getting disconnected from the parent tree. So it's very important to the Jivatma to be there with the Paramatma. So even though when they reach the ground, reach the earth, they're performing their function, they should never forget the Paramatma. That is the ultimate concept, the fine concept that we need to remember here. The same way man originates from Bhagavan Vishnu, leads a very separate life without getting disconnected from Bhagavan Vishnu, as he is always within as a soul. Bhagavan Vishnu is within us as a soul. Udambaraha, so he is the one who nourishes this manifested universe. His job is not only to merely create but also to sustain through the nourishment, which is a very important thing. If there is any imbalance among the creation, that will be again annihilation. So sometimes again, I already spoke you about the group karma and the individual karmas. The group karma, I took an example of a tsunami in the previous act. So group karma is completely different. So I already give you the example of a tsunami. I'll take the same example of a tsunami. So when your individual karma is a lower, when your group karma has a majority, when your individual karma is a lower, then obviously there are chances of getting involved with the group karma and we follow into the destruction path. If our individual karma is higher, the good karma is higher, then there are most chances that we will be not affected by any kind of a problem or the struggles or the any issues. Ashwatha here refers to the people tree, which has a very much of a medicinal, immense amount of a medicinal properties. In the Bhagavad Gita also Bhagavan Krishna will tell, among all the trees I am the Ashwatha, the most sacred one. So in every part it is used as an oblation, so it has an immense amount of medicinal properties. And also it is said that in the root of this tree resides the Vishnu, in the trunk it's a Keshava, in the branch it's a Narayana, and the leaves it's a Hari, and the fruits is a Achyuta. It's all the conjunction of all the gods basically. Chanurdhara Nishudanaha. He is the one who killed the demon called the Chanura. So it's called as the Chanurdha Nishudanaha. 89 Sahasrachi Saptadippa Saptaida Saptavahana Amuttiran Gochintyo Vaikrubhayanashunaha. There are few namas that will start with the Sapta here. The first one is a Sahasrachi. So this nama again affirms that he is a Brahman. He is a self-eliminating. So this says that he has a infinite number of arrays. Sahasrarchi. Sahasra is 1,000. So which says that worshipping the shape and the forms is prescribed to fix our mind. He is a formless. He doesn't have a form. He is always in the form of a light, which is a pure conscious. So that is what we need to worship. If one continues to worship his forms, they can never get a liberation. We should understand as a nirguna form to get the liberation, to get the moksha. A true spiritual aspirant always, they do not focus on the forms, they do not focus on the ritual functions or the worship. They'll focus only on the meditation. Because the liberation can be attained only through the meditation. Sapta Jihva. Sapta means the 7, so Jihva is a tongue. So in the Yajna, in the Yaga, they said that Agni Bhagavan has a 7 tongue where he carries the offerings oblation with the 7 tongue. So that's why he is called as a Sapta Jihva, because Bhagavan Vishnu is a form of a Yajna. Saptaidaha. So he is offered with the 7 types of the dried twigs basically. So during the fire oblations, samidhas, the twigs are offered to fuel the fire. So these 7 twigs are offered to 7 tongues of the fire. The previous one, Sapta Jihva. Saptaida offered to Sapta Jihva. So that's why it's connected with the Yajna here. So again it is telling that Bhagavan Vishnu is in the Yajna form. Sapta Vahana. Vahana is a vehicle, Sapta is the number 7. So here the Nama adorns as a sun, Bhagavan Surya. So sun has a chariot that is drawn by 7 horses. So these horses indicates the 7 chandas of a Sanskrit. So he is the one in the form of a 7 chandas, the Sanskrit, entire Sanskrit, the grammar is Bhagavan Vishnu. Amurti, the one who doesn't have a form, nothing, Nirguna. So worshipping him in a Nirguna form. Anagaha, the one who is a sinless and the spotless. So that is a Anagaha. He doesn't have a sin, he doesn't have any blemishes, no flaws, nothing. Achintya, who is inconceivable beyond all the thought processes, because he has no form. We can't understand him so easily because he doesn't have any kind of a form, which is very difficult for the human mind to understand. Bhayakrit, Bhaya is a fear. He creates a fear in the bad people. He is a terror to the evildoers. He appears as a very dreadful for the one who has a very negative and the bad thought processes. So that is the Bhayakrit. Okay, so when person commits a sin, right, the self within him is a witness, because Bhagavan Vishnu is here, he is witnessing. That's why we always say he is looking. So do not cheat yourself, do not cheat yourself, we say it, right? So that is because, so the gross body doesn't know anything, but the subtle body, it knows the thing. So okay, something I have done this wrong. This is the one which creates that fear, that inherent fear in the mind of this evil, right, that causes the fear of him. So we always scared of the mistake, we scared for him, we have that fear for him. So this is explained in the next nama. Fear arises only if one does a wrongful action. Bhayanashanaha, it is the one who destroys the fear in the good people, for those who uphold the dharma. So if it is a life full of compassion for others, physically and mentally, not causing injuries to anyone, upholding the moral thing, upholding the ethical values, lending a helping hand for the people, and helping the one who is in a distress, feeding the birds, feeding the animals, and the list quite goes on. So these are the things that the good dharma people, they do it. This is a dharma basically. So when all the air actions are good, and when their mind is not polluted with any kind of a corrupt thought, there is no need to fear for anyone else, not even for a Brahman, not even for that God. There is no need to fear for that one. So such noble souls are no way indifferent to the Brahman, because they are just like that Brahman. That is why he loves them, and he removes the fear in them. Last one for the video. Anubrhat krisha stolo bhara brannirguno mahan adrutas padrutas vyasya Pragvamsho Vamshavardhanaha. Anu means the atom. He is in a smallest, tiniest form, the god of a particle. Brihat is a very huge form. Both has a contradiction. The duality is extremely big. So he is in the smallest to smallest, smaller than smallest, bigger than the biggest. Krishna, thin. He is very thin. Stula, he is very huge. So observe the explanation the Bhishma Pitamaha is giving. So everything is as a contrast here. So first is the Anu, the Bruhat, Krishaha, Stulaha. He is a fat, visible. He is thin, not visible. He is a Bruhat, visible. He is Anu, he is not visible. Gunabrit. So this Nama says he is beyond that Guna. So he is the embodiment of all the three Guna, Sattva, Rajas and Tamas. But his main quality is the Sattva Guna, which is the purity and the knowledge. Rajaguna has a passion and activity. Tamoguna is the ignorance completely. Brahman is the embodiment of a Sattva Guna. Nirguna, he doesn't have any form. So he is devoid of all these Guna. The previous one told he is the embodiment of Guna. This one is telling he is beyond this Guna. Mahan, he is great. Adritaha, he is unsustained. He is beyond all these qualities. Swadritaha is extension of a previous nama. It says he is self-sustained. The first one told he is unsustained. So this is saying he is self-sustained. Swasya, he is a very beautiful, he has a very beautifully curved mouth, appearing like a very pinkish kind of a lotus petals, converging at both the ends, because he is Veda. So since Veda originates from him, so that is how the description of the mouth of Bhagavan Vishnu is made here. Mouth or the face, we can consider both. So which says the knowledge brings the glow on the face. So that's how it has to be connected. Pragvamshaha. So this means the previous generation, the origin. So he is the Adi, he is the Anadi. Vamsha Vardhana. Vardhana is an increasing. Vamsha is a genealogy. This talks about his creation. Every being comes under his lineage. So all the beings originate from him. Everyone are one. So everyone are only one. So it is only due to the ignorance we forget that our most important fact is spirituality. The universal brotherhood is being mistaken here, and we are still fighting for such a silly and small things over and again, because we all know that he is the reason for the creation for everyone. When he is the reason, when he is the one who has created, why there is so much of a discrimination, so much of the things that we have created among ourselves? So this will be the big question mark when it comes to the spiritual journey, which is very important. So here I'll stop the meanings here, which is beyond the propaganda of the religions and all those things. Let's not dwell too much into that one as of now. I'll just leave the thoughts with you all. Just carry these thoughts with you and think about this point, which is very much helpful and the essential one. See you in the next video. I try to make it as simple as possible as usual. If you have any doubt, please do WhatsApp me. Thank you so much. See you in the next video. Namaste.